Good morning, students. So, here we'll begin with part 3, most important part of chapter 7, Science, class 9, Diversity in Living Organism. Let's begin. In our previous slides or previous videos, we have talked about the plantae. In this video, we will discuss more about Animalia. Animalia have the wall less eukaryotic cells. They are heterotrophic, that means they have to depend on the others. Growth of animals is limited and stops after reaching the maturity. They'll not continuously grow, they'll stop after certain period of time. Basis of classification of Animalia kingdom. Bilateral symmetry. So first classification is based on their symmetry. So bilateral symmetry it is when the organism can be divided into right and left halves identical but mirror image by the single vertical plane. The radial symmetry it is when an organism is equally spaced around the central point like spokes on the bicycle wheels. Germ layers. In embryonic stage, there are different layers of cell called the germ cells. The three different types of germ cells are ectoderm. It is the outermost layer which forms the nail, hair and epidermis. Endoderm. It is the innermost layer which forms the stomach, colon, urinary bladder. And mesoderm. It is the middle layer between the ectoderm and endoderm which forms the bones, cartilage, etc. So according to the number of germ layers present in embryonic stage, animal could be diploblastic, that is the organism which derived from two embryonic germ layers, that is ecto and endo, and tryptoblastic, the organism which derived from all three embryonic germ layers. Column. The body cavity or the column is important for proper functioning of various organs. For example, heart which has to contract and expand need some cavity or space which provided by the column. On the basis of presence or the absence of column, the organisms are divided into acomelets. These are the simple organisms having no body cavity. Coleomets. These are the complex organisms have true cavity lined by the mesoderm from all the sides. These are further subdivided into schizocolomets or protostomes, the column formed due to splitting of mesoderm, or antrocoleomets or deuterostomes. Pseudocolomate, these are the organism having false, that means non-real column. They have pouches of mesoderm scattered between the endoderm and the ectoderm. Notochord. It is a long rod-like structure which runs along the body between the nervous tissues and the gut, provide the place for the muscles to attach for ease of movement. Organisms could be without notochord, with notochord in initial embryonic stage and vertebral column in the adult phase. Let's have the flow chart of animal kingdom. You will draw this animal kingdom flow chart in your notebook. So, first of all, we'll talk about the classes like Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Apes and Mammalia. Now phylum Porifera. These animals bear small holes on their body surface. They are aquatic, sedentary means non-motile. They have cellular level of body design. They bear hard external skeleton and have a canal system for the distribution of food and gases, as you can see in the figure. Spongilla and Cycon are the examples. Colentra. They are aquatic animals and have tissue level of body design. They have body cavity called column, so named as Colentra. They may be solitary or colonial, that means they are present single or in the group. They have special stinging stele called the Nidoblasta, so known as Centria. Hydra, Obelia and Physalia are the few examples. Phylum Planthalia Minthis. show bilateral symmetry. You can see the figure. And are tryptoblastic means have 3 germ layers. They are dorsoventrically flattened, so also called the flatworms. They are either free living or parasitic. They have tissue level of body design. They do not have any body cavity. Planarian and liver flukes are the examples. Nematode. These animals show bilateral symmetry and are tryptoblastic, means have 3 germ layers. They are cylindrical in shape. They have pseudo column. They have tissue level of body design. They are mainly parasitic in nutrition. Ascaris and Wuchereria are the examples. Annelida show bilateral symmetry and are tryptoblastic. That means 3 germ layers are present. They are cylindrical in the shape and have true body cavity. Organ system level of body design is found. Body is divided into small segments like annuli, so phylum is also known as Annelida. They found in both land and water. Earthworm and leech are the examples. Arthropoda. These animals show the bilateral symmetry and are tryptoblastic, means have 3 germ layers. They have true body cavity which is blood filled. Organ system level of body is design found. Open circulatory system is found in these animals. Largest group of animals, they have joined legs. Cockroach, housefly, butterfly are the examples. Mollusk phylum, body cavity is highly reduced. These animals show the bilateral symmetry and are tryptoblastic, having 3 germ cells. They also have open circulatory system. They have kidney-like structure for the excretion. Highly muscular foot is used for the movement. Pila and Titon or Chiton are the examples of mollusca. Echinodermata. They are simply spiny skin organisms. They are free-living animals found only in the marine water. They are tryptoblastic and have true body cavity. They have a tube system for the purpose of movement. They show high power of regeneration. Starfish and sea urchin are the examples. Protochordata. This animals show bilateral symmetry and are tryptoblastic, means have 3 germ layers. They are cylindrical in the shape and have true body cavity. They also have a notochord at any stage of life which provides the surface for the attachment of muscles and to provide the support. Amphibiox and the Ballonglossus are the examples of Protochordata. Vertebrata. They have notochord at any stage of life. They have a dorsal nerve cord. Tryptoblastic. They have paired gill pouches. They have true body cavity. Examples including their classes are Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Let's talk about the class Pisces. They have exclusively water living animals. Their skin is covered with the plates or the scale. They obtain oxygen dissolved in the water using gills. The body is streamlined and muscular tail is used for the movement. They are cold-blooded and their hearts have only 2 chambers. They lay eggs. Some have skeleton system like rohu and katla, but some are entirely made up of cartilage like the shark. Amphibia class. This animal differ from fish in the lack of scales, in having mucus gland in the skin and 3-chambered heart. Respiration is through either gills or lungs because they are amphibians. They lay egg. These animals are found both in water and on land. Frog, toads and the salamanders are the examples. Reptilia. These animals are cold-blooded, have scales and breathe through the lungs. While most of them have 3-chambered heart, crocodiles have 4-chambered heart. They lay egg with tough covering and so they do not need to lay their eggs in water. Unlike the amphibians, they are well protected. Snake, turtles, lizard and crocodiles fall on this category. Aves. These animals are cold-blooded, have scales, breathe through the lungs. While most of them have three-chambered heart, crocodiles have four-chambered heart. They lay egg without covering, and so they do not need to lay their eggs in the water. Mammalia. Mammals are warm-blooded animals with four-chambered heart. They have mammary glands for the production of milk to nourish their young ones. Their skin has hairs as well as sweat and oil glands. Most mammals familiar to us produce live young ones. That means they give birth to the babies. However, a few of them like a platypus and the echidna lay egg, and some like kangaroos give birth to a very poorly developed young one and then they nourish. So I hope you have understood the third part. So with this video we finished chapter 3. Please note it down all the phylum and the subclasses in your classwork with the detail and prepare them well. See you with the next chapter. Bye bye.